I subscribed for the Adobe Photoshop and Lightroom kit with 20 gigabytes of cloud storage. And it's actually really nice. There's actually value in having this kit. I can select photos on my local drive and then send them to the cloud and edit them anywhere. There's a Lightroom for a web browser. There's a Lightroom for the desktop. You can basically play with your photos on your phone or your iPad or your Linux browser. It's pretty nice. And it has this built-in website up here. So I started to put together some of the photos from the trip, and let's just take a quick look at some of these now. One of the places I stopped by was the largest meteor crater. And on the way to the large meteor crater, there were these really nice cows. These cows have the udder in the back, so you know they're not the beefing variety. There were baby cows around. These are probably the nursing kind of cows. This one here is going to check on the kids. We got a nice view of this mountain looking vaguely towards the Grand Canyon that we'll get to later. Here's the crater itself. I was here on the edge of spring, and you can start to see green life in the foreground and in the background of the photo towards that back wall of the crater around 12 to 2 o'clock. So it was a very large crater. It was much bigger than I thought it would be. So I had to go out and get the ultra wide. And you can kind of see here how the observation decks are set up and the people are hanging out looking at the crater. I think they charged me $20 or $30 to see the crater, but realistically I don't know if I'll ever get down there again, and it's not a lot of money, so I paid it. And then we looked at it. And we're back to the cows. So that's what I got from the crater. And then we had already looked at some of the total eclipse shots. But here's a ring. I think they call this the diamond ring pattern with a little prominence there around 1 o'clock. And there's the corona. And there's the total eclipse of the sun with just a hint of the Bailey beads to come. And that's a Bailey bead right there. And then we got the other ring. And of course I have the series of the sun itself going through the eclipse process, but for me the prominence is the thing I want to see the most, so I was super excited that we had a big one. Pretty amazing. That's the eclipse. And then on the way to the eclipse I drove Route 66, so I picked up 66 coming out of California towards Arizona around Amboy, and I had my camera broken down and in a box. I thought I was going to drive all the way to the eclipse and not touch my camera, and I gave up on that idea right around Kingman, Arizona. So in Kingman, Arizona I started taking pictures. And here's an old retired railroad engine on a track. I liked it. Somebody said that if you like trains, you're probably autistic. And boy, did I like taking pictures of trains. There are so many trains in Arizona. It is train country. This was an old Walgreens desert drug sign. I think the store's gone, but the sign is kind of cool. I mean, it says what it says, you know. They ask people to stop the virus, but ultimately we decided to let it rip. So I invested in that sickness and saved my own economy so I could bring some of my economy to their economy. And I brought tourist money all along Route 66. Obviously, I didn't buy a car, because I was already driving a car, but a nice mural on glass. There's the Roadrunner store. We're in Seligman, Arizona now. on Route 66. A lot of these shops claim to be the birthplace of bringing it back as a historic route. And this must be around the time you start to see or just after the Burma Shave signs. I forget exactly when those were, but I enjoyed the Burma Shave signs. This is still Seligman. They had the cool cars. The Roadrunner Cafe, gift shop. Yeah, there's another train, I'll tell you what. I might be a little bit autistic. And there's the Burma Shave sign. So if you like Burma Shave and trains, dang, this is the trip for you. Bright orange train. Hauling double stacked boxes. Longer than you would think they'd be. This is in Oklahoma. I think this is right around Tulsa, Oklahoma. The storm had just started to clear. I had made the decision we're not going towards Chicago. We're heading south to Arkansas. And this was one of the last tourist stops. Ooh, Adrian, Texas. Home of the Matadors. This was by, I think, a big grain mill. It was really cool. Artwork, murals. Lots of murals in Texas. Well, now we're back to Kingman. This was the sign on the Mr. D's Diner. I did not get the burger, root beer, and fry combo, but I did get this picture of their sign. Another Kingman sign. Heart of Historic Route 66. Yeah, they're keeping the spirit alive. You just gotta go there and see it too. One of their local people. Looks like they're remembering someone on the post next to their sign. Here's that Mr. D's with the burger, root beer, fry sign. And a older police car sitting out front. Alright, now I'm back in some Seligman here. This is the Seligman grocery store. It's got an old car parked in front. Open 7 days a week. What was this? Snowcap Burgers? World's largest display of milkshake varieties right there. Guinness World Record. Route 66. Largest display of milkshake varieties. Little picture of a building in Seligman. And there's Snowcap Burgers. Sorry we're open. The door that's got two handles on it. Hamburger Muros, ice cream Muros. A nice little burger shop. Oh, now we're standing on the corner in Winslow, Arizona. So that was a nice spot to stand on the corner. Just hang out for a few minutes and then get back in the car and keep going. Tulsa was raining when I got there, and I took this shot of the Tulsa Route 66 sign in motion, long exposure, at night, and it's raining, so I like it. Yep, there we go. So that's kind of the pictures I've got so far. And I've got so many SD cards to keep going through, and I haven't even looked at the video yet, but that'll give you a little idea of where I've been and where we're going. I want to get up to Crater Lake next. It's still frozen over. The loop road is not open yet, which means if you can hike in, you can just set up right on the road and potentially have amazing views of the galactic core that you wouldn't be able to get if traffic was going around the lake. And that's the benefit of getting to some places before they're actually open. So I'm going to try. I don't have any money coming in right now, so we'll have to figure out some sort of way to get money coming in soon, but I'm not super stressed about that just yet. I want to get through processing my photos and learning how to use this Adobe Lightroom and Photoshop, and this website that lets me put together little slideshows, pretty cool. So That's it. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys later.